History is haunted by the ghosts of cities that have disappeared, leaving behind only whispers in ancient texts and a yearning in the human heart for worlds lost to time. We know the grand legends, the tales of continents sunk beneath the waves in a fit of divine anger. But some stories are quieter, more mysterious. The tale of a real city that was once the gateway to a great empire, a place of immense wealth and religious power, which vanished so completely that for centuries many believed it was only a myth. This is the story of a city with two names, Thonis to the Egyptians and Heraklion to the Greeks. Long before the great city of Alexandria was founded, Thonis Heraklion was the magnificent port of entry to the kingdom of the pharaohs. It was a bustling, cosmopolitan hub, the first sight of Egypt for every Greek trader and diplomat who sailed across the Mediterranean. Ancient historians like Herodotus wrote of its splendor and its strategic importance. The city was also a place steeped in myth, a stage for legendary encounters. It was here, according to some tales, that the Trojan hero Paris and the beautiful Helen of Troy sought refuge before the great war that would destroy their world. It was also said to be the very spot where the great hero Heracles, son of Zeus, first set foot on Egyptian soil, lending the city its Greek name, Heraklion. For centuries, this city was the kingdom's primary customs port, its emporium. All foreign ships were required to dock here, their goods taxed and registered before they could proceed up the Nile. It was a place of immense wealth, a crossroads of culture where the worlds of Greece and Egypt met and mingled. But Thonis Heraklion was more than just a center of commerce. It was a paramount religious center, home to the grand temple of Amun-Gareb, a supreme god of the Egyptian pantheon. This temple was so significant that new pharaohs had to travel there to be legitimized, receiving their divine right to rule from the hands of the god himself. Yet, despite these rich historical and mythological accounts, the city simply disappeared from the map. As the centuries passed and new cities like Alexandria rose to prominence, Thonis Heraklion faded from view. Its location became a mystery, its memory preserved only in decaying papyrus scrolls and the works of long-dead historians. It was a ghost. For over 1,000 years, scholars and explorers searched for it, but the shifting landscape of the Nile Delta guarded its secrets well. The coastline had changed, the branches of the river had moved, and the city was lost beneath the waves and countless tons of sand and silt. The search continued into the modern age, fueled by a desire to connect the legends with reality. In the late 20th century, a French underwater archaeologist named Franck Godot decided to take up the challenge. He believed the lost city lay hidden somewhere beneath the waters of Aboukir Bay, not far from the coast of modern Alexandria. For years, his team methodically surveyed the vast, murky bay. Using sophisticated equipment like side-scan sonar and nuclear magnetic resonance magnetometers, they mapped the seabed, searching for anomalies beneath the thick blanket of sediment. The work was slow, painstaking, and often frustrating. They found shipwrecks and minor artifacts, but no sign of a great city. Then, in the year 2000, their persistence paid off. Their equipment detected a vast field of anomalies, the faint outlines of structures hidden deep beneath the sand. They had found something immense. The mystery was about to be solved. A team of divers descended into the dark, cloudy waters, their lights cutting through the gloom. Instead of the empty seabed they were used to, one diver was confronted by a sight that stopped his heart. A colossal stone face, serene and ancient, emerged from the murky darkness, its eyes staring into eternity. It was the first piece of the puzzle, a 5-meter-tall statue of the god Hapi, the personification of the Nile's floods. They soon realized this was no isolated statue. As they cleared away the sediment, an entire world began to reveal itself. They found the shattered remains of columns, the foundations of massive walls, and the outlines of buildings. This was not a shipwreck. It was a lost city, perfectly preserved in a watery grave. They had found Thonis Heraklion. The city was a time capsule, frozen at the moment of its final collapse. Its secrets, submerged for more than 1,200 years, were now ready to be uncovered. The discoveries that followed were nothing short of breathtaking, exceeding even the grandest descriptions from the ancient texts. They found more colossal statues, magnificent representations of Egyptian pharaohs and their queens, toppled from their pedestals but otherwise perfectly intact. The centerpiece of the submerged city was the great temple of Amun-Gareb itself. Divers swam through the ruins of its massive stone walls, finding hieroglyphic inscriptions that confirmed without a doubt the identity of the city. The layout of the city was revealed to be a network of canals, a kind of ancient Egyptian Venice. This system of waterways served as its streets, connecting different temple districts and neighborhoods. The team uncovered the remains of these canals, along with docks, wharfs, and basins that once held the city's great fleet. The artifacts brought the daily life of the inhabitants of this magnificent place into sharp focus. They found gold coins from distant lands, intricate jewelry, imported Greek ceramics, and everyday household items. Each object was a whisper from the past, a tangible link to the people who once called this magnificent place home. One of the most remarkable discoveries was an entire graveyard of ancient ships. More than 70 well-preserved Egyptian vessels were found, deliberately sunk within the city's canals and basins. It is believed they may have been part of the foundations for new land, or perhaps were sunk as part of a religious ritual. But the most important find, the Rosetta Stone for this lost city, was a monumental black granite slab known as a stela. This stela, erected by a pharaoh, detailed the city's exact tax regulations and customs duties. An identical copy had been found on land years earlier, but no one knew which city it referred to. The submerged stela confirmed it was Thonis Heraklion, the gateway to Egypt. With the city found and its identity confirmed, only one great mystery remained. How did a city of such importance, built of stone and meant to last for eternity, vanish so completely? The answer was not divine anger, but geology. The city's greatest strength, its position at the mouth of the Nile, was also its fatal weakness. Thonis Heraklion was built upon unstable, saturated clay and silt from the river delta. The most widely accepted theory for its destruction is a phenomenon known as soil liquefaction. This occurs when a solid, saturated soil is subjected to intense stress, such as a powerful earthquake. The shaking causes the soil to lose its strength and behave like a liquid. Imagine the final moments of the city. The ground begins to tremble violently from a massive earthquake. The solid earth beneath the massive stone temples and colossal statues suddenly turns to a thick, muddy soup. The city's foundations gave way, and its magnificent structures did not just crumble, they sank whole into the liquefied ground. This was likely not a single event, but a slow, agonizing process over centuries. A series of earthquakes and the gradual subsidence of the unstable delta land caused the city to sink little by little. Finally, around the 8th century AD, the waters of the Mediterranean Sea rose to claim the last of its remains, hiding it from sight. The story of Thonis Heraklion is in many ways more incredible than any myth of a lost continent. It is the true story of a great city, a vital hub of the ancient world, that was not just destroyed, but swallowed whole by the earth and sea. Its rediscovery is a testament to modern technology and human persistence. A ghost from the pages of history brought back into the light,
its treasures and secrets perfectly preserved, waiting to tell their story after more than a millennium of silence.